Nike, athletic brand of the world. Nike is probably a name you have heard of if you like sports, music, fashion, or shoes. Nike is an American company that has looked to rule the sneaker and trainer market since its foundation in 1964, with a wide range of designs, practical products, and fashion trends. But how did Nike become the biggest shoe company in the world, and where did it exactly start? You definitely have many questions about the history of Nike, so we have made it our mission to answer all of your questions concerning the Nike company's background. Here are some of the key events in Nike's history, from the company's humble origins to the decision to choose its name to some of its most enduring products that helped shape the brand into the force it is today. If you have not done yet, click and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting videos like these. Humble beginnings. The main characters in our story are two individuals named Phil Knight and Bill Bowerman. Bill Bowerman, a track and field coach at the University of Oregon, got in touch with Phil Knight again after he had temporarily attended Stanford University. After acquiring some tricks and advice from a nearby cobbler, Bowerman began experimenting with numerous models because he was attracted by the idea of improving the performance of athletic footwear and running shoes. On January 25, 1964, the two made the decision to start Blue Ribbon Sports, a shoe company with headquarters in Eugene, Oregon. The business started off by acting as a distributor for imported shoes made by Onitsuka Tiger and other companies. When compared to the German-dominated sneaker market, Knight was pleasantly surprised by the quality of Onitsuka footwear and thought they were a breath of fresh air. Phil Knight searched for a brand new, high-end running shoe in Japan and Onitsuka Tiger, while the rest of the world was preoccupied choosing between Puma and Adidas. Knight and Bowerman were Onitsuka's exclusive United States distributor for a while, but as competition grew, they were forced to think about how they could do better. The companies began to dissociate from one another as Blue Ribbon Sports changed, became Nike in 1971, and prepared to launch their own trainer. Bowerman had always created prototype shoes for his sportsmen after deconstructing numerous pairs of Onitsuka Tiger running shoes and pondering how he would approach the project differently. He started creating what would eventually become the first ever Nike sneaker. How did Nike get its name? Jess Johnson, the first employee at the business, had the concept to change the name of Blue Ribbon Sports to Nike. Even though the company had no name yet, Portland University student Carolyn Davidson had already designed the recognizable swoosh logo for the company. The name Nike, which is taken from the swoosh and alludes to the winged Greek goddess of victory, was suggested by Johnson. Here is a brief history. What was the first Nike shoe? Bill Bowerman was eating breakfast when he came up with the idea for the waffle sole. The first Nike shoes was made in Bowerman's waffle iron and was dubbed as the Moon Shoe. He wondered if playing sports would be easier with the waffle's grooves. After several failed attempts with the waffle iron, the waffle trainer was finally developed, and due to its performance-focused gripping design, it gained nearly immediate popularity. Officially a prototype, the original Nike shoe sold for close to $450,000 at Sotheby's auction. The first Nike shoe to hit the shelves was an enhanced version of the Moon Shoe. The later named Nike Waffle Racer was given to competitors in United States track events. The Waffle Racer wasn't yet able to take Nike to the same levels as Adidas or Puma, despite its excellent design and modest success. However, a new design did help to steer them up in the right direction. The name had to be altered because Adidas already had a sneaker with a similar name. As a result, the shoe was renamed the Nike Cortez to honor the Aztec past and their demise. The Cortez was a tremendous hit after it made its debut in the Mexico Games thanks to the cutting-edge design and technology, helping Nike become the well-known shoe powerhouse. The pair found success with a design they initially dubbed the Aztec, gaining traction. When Nike was ready to move on with its expansion in 1976, it hired John Brown and Partners, a Seattle-based advertising agency, to assist with increasing its exposure. The next year, the agency produced There Is No Finish Line, the first Nike brand advertisement. Although the campaign didn't appear to show any Nike footwear up close, it seemed to be a success and helped the brand keep growing. By 1980, Nike had a massive 50% market share in the American sports shoe market. Later that year, the company went public. In reaction to the popularity of its sneakers, Nike decided to enter the apparel market in 1979 and produced a variety of athletic garment and sportswear. One of its first offerings was the Wind Runner, a thin jacket with a fashionable chevron pattern that quickly gained popularity on the track and in metropolitan areas. In order to quicken the process of entering new nations, Nike appointed Wayden Kennedy as its global advertising firm in 1982. The group's co-founder, Dan Whedon, worked on a number of print and television commercials in the 1980s before coining the slogan "Just Do It" for a campaign in 1988. Whedon strangely credits the phrase to the assassin Gary Gilmore because of his well-known remark, "Let us do it," right before his passing. This would ultimately be chosen by Advertising Age as one of the top 5 catchphrases of the 20th century. The Jordan Era. A few years later, in 1984, Nike hired 21-year-old basketball player Michael Jordan. Despite being a rookie in the NBA, Jordan chose to sign with Nike over Reebok or Converse, two of the company's immediate competitors, in exchange for a $500,000 annual compensation. The original Air Jordan 1 sneakers were made exclusively for Michael Jordan and made available to the general public in April 1985. Michael Jordan was the only person to wear them. The shoe itself featured the distinctive Nike swoosh, a high-top silhouette, and the brand hue in black and red. Global domination. Niketown chain stores were first created in the 1990s, with the first one debuting in Portland, Oregon. These one-of-a-kind shops honored several of Nike's athletes, most notably Michael Jordan. In 1997, Nike entered the skateboarding market with the introduction of a new line of sneakers with enhanced materials, more cushioning, and Zoom Air insoles that were ideal for withstanding heavy impacts and wear and tear from skating. Due to the success of this brand, Nike decided to enter the skateboarding industry, and the Nike SB line was unveiled in 2001. Soon after Nike SB was introduced, Nike decided to create a range of unique dunks for each of its professional skaters. Nike decided to sign LeBron James and the late Kobe Bryant to their roster in 2003 in anticipation of future expansion and Michael Jordan's ascension to the status of household name. The business would firmly establish itself as the NBA's top shoe sponsor by the organization's chairman the next year by entering the sports of basketball. Phil Knight, a co-founder of Nike, would step down as the organization's chairman by the next year but keep his chairman title. Following him would be the American businessman by the name of William Perez. However, Perez would only occupy the job for 2 years due to persistent disputes with Knight regarding how the company was operated. In 2005, Rafael Nadal and Nike agreed to a sponsorship agreement which resulted in the development of his own apparel line. As of 2023, Nike is the largest manufacturer and seller of athletic shoes, clothing, and other sporting goods. Other well-known brands owned by the firm include Converse and Jordan. By offering more products to more people in more markets than any other sports company, they are able to capture a far greater market share of the market than any other company. Like most leaders in the market, Nike values the consumer and the importance of providing a quality product. Do you still remember the first Nike sneakers you bought? How many Nike shoes do you have? Drop them down in the comment section below. Before we end this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.